guys. You're welcome to the September edition of the Mind Clinic Mind Resetting Sessions. If you're watching live, type something in the comment section. Quickly. Tonight is on fire. We've got a lot to do. We have wonderful people in the house. If you can hear me, just type yes, say something in the comment section. Just hold on a bit while people join in. While we're waiting, this is Mind Clinic. Mind Clinic is an organization. We were formed on the 5th of January 2021. And the goal and vision of Mind Clinic is to change the mindsets of people, feed people's mind, feed the minds of listeners with information that has the potential to change their life, change their thinking, because if a person's thought is changed, the person is changed. So Mind Clinic is right here with a vision to transform people's lives, help people, reorient them, and put them on the path of progress. And that's what we've been doing for the past 9 months now. Today, we are having the third session of our Facebook Live. It's a monthly program we do here on Mind Clinic in addition to the content we share on the platform. The name of the platform is Mind Clinic with Dr. Chidiebere and Nwachukwu. You can always search for that and you would find it. Tonight, it's a private group meeting, and even though we're going to send out the links to some of the platforms, we are going to be discussing something that everyone loves to talk about. Everyone loves to talk about money. So today we're talking about money matters. Money matters. I can hear Sammy J telling me from our If you're not yet here, find your way straight to this place. If you're watching, share the link to your friends on groups, on platforms, so that we can get going. Let's give 2 more minutes, and then I give the introduction, and Sammy Joshua will come live. He's got a whole lot he wants to dump on us tonight. So while we're waiting, let's have the tunes. We got some music. Stay tuned, guys. One more minute and we will dive right into the meat of the matter for today, guys. So buckle up. It's all about money. Money. We're talking about money today. And Joshua, in fact, I spoke to him yesterday. He's loaded. You can't miss. 3 people have joined us now. So if you've joined, just write something in the comment section so I can give you a shout out. I can see Augustine Wadirichi has joined us. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. One more minute and I'll do the introduction and we'll dive right into today's activity. Money Matters with Sammy Joshua. Okay, our 1 minute has gone. DJ, kill the beat. So right now, I would like to make the quick introduction of Joshua Sammy. Today, on Mind Clinic with Dr. Chidiebere and Nwachukwu, we'll be talking about money matters. Money matters. Some weeks ago, a popular billionaire who has become an internet sensation, I believe if you are in the Nigerian cyberspace, now you would be conversant with the name Obi Kubana. So Obi Kubana held a live broadcast, or it was an interview. Someone was interviewing him, and they asked him to tell them about how he made money, how he succeeded. He's a billionaire. We all know he's a billionaire, you know. So he kept on going about how you should work hard and pray hard, and people were angry and pissed. Everybody was like, you're a billionaire. You can't just be telling us to pray hard and to work hard. How did you make your money? So even though Obi Kubana did not tell you much of what you might have wanted to hear, even if he said what you should hear, many people would not hear it because we are not ready. Many people are not prepared in their mind to accept the bitter truths about money. So tonight, Joshua Sammy will be giving it to us hot, straight and direct. This is not a matter of work hard, pray hard, you know, give your tithe or something like that. All those are good. But tonight, we're going to be hearing practical things from Joshua Sammy. Before he comes live, I'd like to read out a few stuff about him. Some of you might not know who he is, so let me take this opportunity. I'll be reading from my lappy right here. You know, I didn't know he had all these accolades to his name, so I'm going to be calmly going through them. Sam Joshua, in fact, before all of this, he has been my friend from high school, you know, always known, worked together, classmates, we've done a whole lot together. And however, we went our separate ways in college, and here we are again together as friends working on this platform. For those of you who might not know, Sammy Joshua is the manager of the Mind Clinic with Dr. Chidiebere and Nwachukwu platform. He's also a managing partner at the Mind Clinic organization. Some people don't know the Mind Clinic is not just a Facebook group. It's an enterprise duly registered with the Corporate Affairs Corporation of Nigeria. And so Joshua Sammy is one of our managing partners. Joshua Sammy is a medical biochemist, a medical pathologist with interest in chemical pathology specifically. He's an MSc holder with distinction. I mean, with distinction. He didn't just have his MSc, just an ordinary MSc holder. He has it with distinction in chemical pathology as well. He's UK licensed biomedical scientist. He's a writer, he's a storyteller. Aside all of these academic laurels, Joshua Sammy has another aspect of him that many of you would have known better than the academic part. He is a certified team lead and a business coach. In fact, those of you who have gone to preach to people before know what it takes to convert one sinner. Joshua Sammy is a VIP leader in Longrich with 400 team members. You know what it means to manage 400 people? 400 team members. In fact, when I saw this, my mind was blown. I was like, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. And he didn't just show up from nowhere. He's had his own fair share of life challenges. Growing up, having to face financial problems. At some point, he had to pay his fees through school. At some point, he had to support his siblings. I mean, school fees while in school and out of school. You see, he has done the hard part that most people would have given up, financially speaking. And today he's controlling and managing businesses here and there. No other person. In fact, when we were speaking, I think it was some days ago, I told him, see, I might be the mind doctor, but a mind doctor does not make me a money doctor. You understand? So his grace, his grit distinguishes him. And tonight we have the singular opportunity to be hearing from him, dissect the pathway to financial freedom on this month's live video tagged Money Matters. So without much ado, I'd like to introduce to you Sammy Joshua Friday. You're welcome, bro.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Chidiebere. Okay, it's such a wonderful evening. And I must say, I'm really enthralled. Seriously, I'm so happy to be here to talk to us. Thank you, Dr. Chidiebere, for according me this time. To all the team leads, to all the managing partners, to all the moderators of Mind Clinic, I want to say thank you. You guys keep this place magical. All right, tonight is going to be so remarkable. It's going to be such an amazing time, and we're going to have a swell time here today. We are going to talk about money, money, and money. Please, if you can hear me, if you're following, please let me know you're following. Kindly use the comment box and type 111. Let me know you're following. Can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me?
Sure.
Okay, thank you so much.
Loud and clear. Clearly.
All right, okay, thank you for those of you joining us. I want to say a very big thank you, and please stay tuned, because what you're about to hear tonight, it's going to make you explode. What you're about to hear tonight is going to take you to the next level. What you're about to hear tonight is not just going to transform you, but it's going to take you from where you are currently to where you're supposed to be. I tell you, inside of you lies greatness. For you to move from point A to point B, you know, it's a straight line, right? Today we've heard the likes of Dangote, we've heard the likes of Otedola, and the likes of Adeleke. Now, and the likes of every young millionaire, every young billionaire around you. Just the other day, just like my friend Dr. Chidiebere rightly said, we heard of Obi Kubana. He was actually trending on the internet. Now, he did not just surface one day. That was as a result of efforts of, many years ago. You'll agree with me. So for you watching me tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for you to move from here, can you spell here? H-E-R-E. All right, for you to move from here to there, it's simply a matter of what? A T. The difference between here is H-E-R-E. There is what? T-H-E-R-E. So for you to move from who you are to maybe becoming Otedola, becoming Dangote, becoming the likes of John Obidi and Co. or Dr. Chidiebere, because these are great men. It's just a matter of what time. So if you do your subtraction properly, here is spelled H-E-R-E, and there, where they are now, is what? T-H-E-R-E. The difference is the T. So for you to move from point A to point B, it's a matter of time. So what you do between this time matters. And as I take you along this path, today we're going to X-ray, we're going to expose, what you're supposed to do from point A, which is here, to point B, which is there. That's your destination. Except you don't have a destination. That's when this message would not interest you. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much once again for joining us. And please stay tuned. Okay, we're talking about money. So money matters. Money is actually a legal tender, and money is a currency whereby we use to do what? Exchange of goods and services. Right now, if I ask you a question, that you should check your account balance, you will discover that that money in your account, must have accumulated with time. It could be either that you're exchanging value or you're giving value to a group of persons, and that is actually why you're having that money in your account. So it therefore means that if you're redundant, if you're not doing anything, and you don't have the skill or the value to exchange for money, you may not have money in your account. Okay? All right, if you got that clearly, I want to look at pathways to financial freedom. There are actually signs of financial dislocation. So if I see you, if I see a particular group of persons, there are certain signs I will see, or in a family, that I will know that these people are actually having serious financial dislocation. Okay, some of those points are actually this. Now, today we have a lot of youths that are unemployed, underemployed. So when you are underemployed, you know that that's one part to financial dislocation, because you can't actually provide for your means, for your needs and all that. Inadequate income. Yes, you have needs, you want to buy things, but you cannot just buy. Family deprivation. Now, you were born into a family that is very poor. Hello? And because you were born into a family that is very poor, you cannot provide for the needs of members of your family. Family fall behind into bills, criminal augmentation, numerous get-rich schemes quick. Now, when I see young people who goes into schemes like the Ponzi's, I know that they actually have financial dislocation. So it's quite easy to see these people that have this financial dislocation, because frequently you see them want to do what? Ponzi scheme. They want to take 20,000 to get 40,000. Okay, if you're following, please kindly let me know you're following. Please kindly type on the comment box 111. Let me know you're following. Okay. Another sign of financial dislocation is ignorance, disease, and frustration. And also the dreadful retirement. Some people haven't worked for government for 35 years, retire with no house, no properties to call their own, and nothing to take home. That's a really dreadful retirement. Will you want to be like that? No. Okay, before I move on to the real deal, I want to let you understand that even God wishes that we should do what? We should prosper. And he says, remember the Lord your God, that he's the one that gives the ability for us to make wealth, as in Deuteronomy 8:18. Okay, so you have to remember God when you don't have enough, when you have enough, and when God has given you more than enough. So you've got to remember God in all these scenarios. Okay. All right, and I know you've heard the popular saying, and it's also a Bible quote. It said, cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after more days. Now, I would like to explain what it means to do what? To cast. I'll take it one by one. Cast, then your bread, then the waters, then finding it, and the last one, after many days. Now, the first one says cast. You must do what? You must first of all do what? You must first of all actually do what? Invest. More like when you cast, you're actually fixing, you're preparing, you're investing. The second one says your bread. So when you cast the second one, you have to put your bread. Your bread, meaning that the bread is what? Your livelihood. It could be your income. It could be your family support. Bread could also mean your what? Your inner values, you understand? Then the waters is the next one. Now, the waters means people. So when we say cast your bread, remember cast means what? Fix that money, build, prepare, invest. Your bread means your livelihood, your family, your support, your investment, and your income. The waters now signifies people, groups of people, nations and communities. Remember that you have to cast your bread in the waters. So you've got to know that you need people to get money. For you to make more money, you need people. You need people to make more money. So you've got to know that you need people, you need friends, you need family, you need strangers to make more money. Finding it means having a return on investment. So for you to find it, it means that you must have a return on your investment. then after many days. So after many days signifies that you're going to get your investment mature after many days. So you're not just going to invest now and get it the next minute. So when I see young people do Ponzi, you put 10,000 to get 20,000 in 2 minutes. Oh boy, that is why they are scamming you. Almost scam. They will keep scamming you because you don't want to take your life serious. You don't want to take your path serious. So after many days, your investment is going to mature. After a period of time, you're going to get value for the money you invested. So I just X-rayed, I just explained what it means to say, for you to cast your bread into the waters, that after many days, you're going to find it. Definitely, we've not just started. This is just the tip of an iceberg. As we proceed in today's presentation, you've got lots and lots and lots of value for you to gain here. Okay, diversify, you have to diversify your portfolio. For you to make more money, you've got to diversify your portfolio. Now, when I was in higher institution, yes, at a point I was faced with challenges of paying my school fees. I knew my parents would not, they didn't have enough. I didn't want to bother them. So I thought of what can I do to make money? I went into sales. I started selling in the university. I started with ties in the medical school. I was selling ties for guys, and I was selling boxers too. At a point, when I did my monitoring and evaluation, I discovered that guys were owing me. I didn't want to go into guys things again. Hello, if you're following, please use the comment box and let me know you're following. Kindly type 111. So what I actually did was this. I decided to change. After evaluating, I didn't have to sell for the boys or the men again. I decided to start selling female wears. So I started selling gowns for female. I started selling skirts, and I started selling blouses. So I will go to faculty of law. I'll go to medical school, the faculty of medicine. I was selling. That's the truth. So I was actually selling for medical laboratory scientists and all that. And I tell you, there was one of those days I made sales, and I was able to make 300,000 naira in one day. That was the day I knew that as an entrepreneur, you could break limits. Immediately I came back from the market, from Onitsha. I would go to Onitsha, I would go to Aba, and I came back. I had lots of people waiting for me, a lot of ladies. They've told their friends. Actually, I'm very friendly with them. So, I had ladies surround me. I sold and I cashed out. I could remember seeing 300,000 naira for the first time in my account. That was amazing. I was like, wow, now maybe this, can I sleep? Well, that money was so big for me. I've never touched such amount of money. Okay, that was how I started making sales. So I trained myself through the university. I paid for my projects. I didn't have to disturb my parents. At a point, my dad had to ask me, Josh, what are you doing to make money? What are you doing to make money? Hope you're not doing anything bad. I said, no, I'm not doing. I'm doing sales. And oftentimes when I go home, I was still selling. Oh, and he was really pleased that indeed I was doing the right thing. I was doing a legal thing, and I was doing it the right way to make money. So you can do it right and make money. So please, if you're following, let me know you're following, please. Kindly use the comment box and type 111. I am Sammy Joshua, and tonight promises to be explosive. For all of you that have actually stayed awake and to partner to join this program, you make this program magical. Thank you. Okay. So I say you have to do what? You've got to diversify. Are you following? Please, if you're following, let me know you're following. All right? Okay, are you following? All right. Okay, thank you. So you've got to do what? You've got to diversify. Remember, I told us that for you to, cast your bread into the waters, after many days, you'll find it. So you have to fix the money and, wait for some time. After many days, you have to find it. You don't need to do Ponzi. You've got to do something legitimate. So you diversify your portfolio. Remember Apostle Paul, let me just start from there. Apostle Paul had different talents. He was a preacher, he was a teacher, he was a scholar. Paul was a designer, if you don't know. Paul was a tent maker, and he was a writer, he was an evangelist. And he was a talent maker. So Paul had different talents. Today, I want to let you know that your talent is your trademark. Your skill is your trademark. There is something that nobody can take away from you. For instance, if you take away all the money that Dr. Chidiebere Nwachukwu, Doc, are you there? Can you hear me? Hello, Doc.
Yes,
Are you there?
Sure, I can hear
now,
you.
Okay, if you take away all the money that if you take away all the money that Dr. Chidiebere Nwachukwu has in his bank account and you take him to a new location, I bet you he's gonna make that money, a double or even more of that money. You know why? Because he has discovered his skills. He has got to discover his talent. He has actually discovered who he is on time. Apostle Paul had all this talent. So today, before we proceed, there's need for us to look at the need for you to harness your potential. Inside of you lies greatness. God has actually deposited those value, those gifts inside of you. But oftentimes because of fear, do you know what fear is? Fear is that thing that sets you back. Fear is that thing that limits you. But you know what courage says? Let me tell you what courage says. What's your definition of courage? Now, here is my own definition of courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. For instance, this is fear surrounding you. But courage says, move ahead. Courage is not the absence of fear, but your ability, my ability to forge ahead, to move ahead, despite the fear. Now you've got the limitations, you've got the setback. But what courage is saying is move forward. So oftentimes, people that don't break through in this aspect is because they've not really discovered the reason why they should harness their potential. Today, I want to tell you facts why you should harness your potential. Everyone has got a potential, and those potential are God's given. God has deposited something in you, and the greatest expectation of people of this generation awaits you to manifest. So you've got to manifest. You've got to live it. You've got to live the reality. Activate yourself. So to harness means to activate, to put into use. The fact is that everyone has got a potential, that the potential is God-given. Failure to activate prolongs your suffering. Hello, if you don't activate your potential on time, you're going to suffer. So if you're following, I can see those of you that are following, kindly use the comment box and let me know you're following. You can type, I am following. I am following. Let me know you're following. Thank you so much. Okay. How can you harness your potential? Now, you've got to do what? You've got to do a few of these things for you to harness your potential. You've got to keep learning, be buried among books. You've got to read and read and read. There are a lot of articles, there are a lot of stories, there are a lot of books that great men have written. Search for them. Read those books and upgrade yourself. You've got to develop a strong idea. You've got to develop a strong idea. Now, study yourself and concentrate on what you enjoy doing best. For instance, I knew I liked speaking to people. I knew I was going to go into public speaking a long time ago. You asked me, how did I know I was going to go into public speaking? I always find myself talking to people, and I like doing that. I find passion. I could do that anywhere. I could gist, I could discuss. I like sharing opinions. I like sharing value. So I understood that and I started developing it. So you've got to do what? Develop your strongest ideas. Keep on reading. Keep a good companion. Now your friends matters. You've got to look at your cycle again, a closer look at your cycle. You've got to redefine your cycles. Choose your friends well. If you want to make money in the 21st century, you've got to associate with like minds. You've got to associate with people that will support you, that will propel you to the next level. You were not born to be a mediocre. You were born to be great. You were born to exceed your limit. And today I see people that are going to exceed their limit. I see people that are going to surpass, people that are going to transcend in all their endeavors. And that's you. I mean you. Now, let me tell you what success is. Success to me is simply this. Success actually starts with what? The letter S, right? Success starts with letter S. The first letter of success is what? S. And towards the ending, what is it? You have the last letter S too. Last letter S. Now, success means that for you to succeed, you must do what? You must sweat. Tell somebody sweat. You must sweat. Now you must sweat as a person. You must sweat, yes. But do you know that just like you invest, after a long while, you're going to get it sweet. That last letter S means you're going to get it sweet, but you cannot get it, when you've not sweated, you can't get it sweet towards the ending. And all these factors depends on the second letter of the word success. What is the second letter of the word success? You. It's all about you. You've got to redefine who you are. You've got to tell yourself, no, my background cannot limit me. I don't care if you're from a poor background. I don't care if your parents were very poor. I don't care if your mother sells akara. But what I care is to tell you that you are going to be the person that will change that lineage. You are the next thing that will happen. Your background, get this straight. I wish you're jotting down something because, all right, your background is, can you spell background? B-A-C-K, that's back, and ground, right? Two words joined together, right? So your background is your back. Look at your back on the ground, back on the ground. Where are you looking? Look up, because that's where you belong. So your background is your back on the ground. Look up, that defines you. That's where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be at the zenith. You're created for more. You're meant for more. So you've got to go for more. Now, I hope you're following. Please, if you're following, please let us know you're following. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm still Sammy Joshua, and tonight you're partnering with us at Mind Clinic with Dr. Chidiebere Nwachukwu. Okay, there are actually 3 D's for you to harness your potential. What are those 3 D's? The first D is what? Discover. You've got to discover who you are. You've got to, discover, meaning that you've got to activate. Tell yourself, activate. There are 3 D's to harnessing your potential. Discover, you have to activate that thing that God has put inside of you. There's that, there is a potential, there is a gift, there is a skill God has put inside of you. Today, we have writers, we have storytellers, we have people that, play football, they're just gifted. So find that thing that interests you, that thing that you spend so much time doing, that thing that you love doing. That is actually the thing that, that will, get more money into your pocket. We're getting there, okay? The second D is what? Develop. Tell someone, develop. Can I hear you? Tell someone, develop. You've got to develop. Yes. Now, by developing, yes, you need to nurture it. You need to grow it, feed it, and live it. That is what it means to do what? To develop. The third D is what? Deploy. Tell someone, deploy. Deploy means you've got to put that, yes, deploy, thank you. Deploy means you've got to put that talent into use. You've got to put it into use. You've got to make use of it. You've got to polish your talent. You've got to redefine your talent. You've got to package your talent because the world awaits you to manifest. Putting to use brings satisfaction. So for you to put your talent into use, this brings satisfaction. It helps you to generate extra wealth, and then you can harness your potential and become who God really wants you to become. And that's just the truth. And you know what? We are waiting to manifest. We are waiting for you. We want you to go viral. We want you to be the next celebrity that the world will talk about for good. By so doing, you will get more money in your pocket. I'm going to, separate a clear cut tonight. I'm going to separate, we're going to have a clear cut what money is and what wealth is. Money is not wealth. So as we, move further, as we move on in today's presentation, you've got to understand that money isn't wealth. All right. Thank you so much if you're following. And our abilities to multiply wealth, is connected in meaningful partnership with others. So you need people to make money. Remember when I said cast your bread into the waters and you find it after many days. You don't just cast your bread today and want to get it the same minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 20,000 to bring 40,000. No. That's Ponzi. You're a thief. You're a thief. That's the truth. If you do that, you're a thief. You've got to labor. I remember when Obi Kubana said that he had to labor for years. He had to cook. He had the way he was cooking. He suffered, but he had a cycle of friends. They struggled together, and today they came into the limelight. So tomorrow, when you see me and Dr. Chidiebere begin to throw money, I hope you not talk bad about us because we have labored. Okay.
Oh boy, I can't wait, man.
All right, thank you. So you've got to know your horizon. You've got to know your horizon. Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself in the next 5, 6, 7 to 10 years? And after you've known your horizon, you've got to broaden your horizon. You've got to widen your horizon inside of you. You've got to, have that positive mindset that you can become who God has designed you to be. Know your patch of the planet. Don't just, I see people jump from one place to the other. Today you're doing copywriting, tomorrow you're a storyteller, tomorrow you're doing this, tomorrow you're singing. You're not stable. Know your patch of the planet. No, don't be a mediocre. Don't be, don't kind of misplace your priority. Don't be confused. Jack of all trade, master of none. Don't be like that. Know the patch of your tent. Imagine a person who is, is the essence of the audience you work or engage. Listen to them. Now, there are a lot of speakers, you've got to listen to those speakers. Listen to those podcasts, listen to those seminars. Just listen to them because you're going to get so much value. Know your native strength alone. If you know you're not good at certain things, just know your native strength so that if there's a way you can learn in it, you learn and add value to what you're doing. For instance, if you're a speaker, you know that you need to acquaint yourself with modern technology. If we didn't know how to use this technology now, StreamYard, there's no way we'll be here. If we didn't know how to use Zoom, we'll just be talking. Will you talk, and how will you talk for the whole world to know? You've got to go global. You've got to follow the trends of the 21st century. And that's why you need to upgrade yourself. So today, you need to know your native strength and build on those strengths. One could harness energy, you could harness your potential. Your friends, now listen to me, your friends will believe in your potential. Your enemies will make you live up to it. Your friends will believe in your potential, but do you know people that will make you live up to it? Your enemies. They will tell you cannot make it. You can never succeed. You cannot get to that place you're supposed to be. But you know what? Your enemies are the real people, not your friends. That's how I think. So I want people that challenge me, and I don't take them as my enemies, but I press on. I press on in Jesus' name. Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen. Pastor.
I'm not preaching. All right. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Now, listen to this. Please be very attentive. Now, listen. Do you know that you are worthy? Now, listen. You are worthy of all you dream of. A lot of people feel that I cannot become this. I cannot be. In my family, no one has ever been a graduate. No one has made 6 figures. Do you know when I counted 6 figures? Do you know when I started counting a 6-figure? I want to be a billionaire. I want to be a billionaire. Hey. All right, you know that song? Now I want to be a billionaire. So you've got to tell yourself you've got to be a billionaire. Now let me tell you, let me shock you. The devil will tell you you're not worthy. You cannot make it. You can't be rich. Your family, nobody has ever made it. Oh, your background, remember your background is the back of the ground. Look up because that's where you belong. Your background is this, is that. But hear what God is saying. Hear what I have to tell you today. You are worthy of all you dream of and hope of. The possibility of your dream gives you strength. Stay strong, stay positive, and never give up. Rise and rise and rise again till lambs become lions. Till sheep become lions, rise again. And that's you. Rise till you become the talk of the town. Rise till men become, men they begin to talk about you in their corners. Until then, you've not actually, activated your dreams. So talk to your neighbor and this time, if you don't have a neighbor, please use the comment box and say activate. Please can you type activate? I want you to activate your potential, please. If you're following, ladies and gentlemen, please kindly use the comment box and type activate. Let me know you're following. Thank you so much. If you're clinging all this while to your internet, to your screen, it's been such a remarkable time. But we just started. This is just the tip of an iceberg. Let's get to the real thing, ladies and gentlemen. Please, if you're following, let me know you're following. Kindly type activate. Let me know you're ready to activate your potential. Okay, Dr. Chidiebere, before I go on to the next stage, please, do you have anything to say before I proceed? All right.
Okay, you've mentioned a whole lot of stuff. It's been mind-blowing so far, Josh. I mean, learning a whole lot. How you were able to combine school, even the fact that you believed in yourself and you could sit down and figure out something to sell as a college student and make money to support yourself is really mind-blowing, because what we see today are people who are not in school, who are at home, who just come on social media to beg. You see them in the comment section of all kinds of people, every celebrity, any person that becomes popular a bit, you know, they go right there in the comment section, or they show up in your inbox to beg you.
Bad.
You know, you hear lots of stories, and the begging mentality does not allow you tap into your genius. You understand? It doesn't let you tap into your genius. You can always, everybody has a need. There's going to be times when one is going to need support, but to have it as a mindset that once you see someone, the first thing that comes to your mind is, I need to beg. I need to, no. That cannot help you become a billionaire or to make money or to become financially free or independent, because it's wealth starts. You need to feel it, you need to see it, you need to visualize it even before you get it. So if your mind has not expanded to a certain level, even if I give you that money, you're going to throw it away. Catch that guy on the street, give him 1 million, come back 1 week later. It's either they steal the 1 million from him because he doesn't know where to safeguard it, or he uses it to buy one crappy stuff or buy one dilapidated car. In 1 week time, he will go back to the state of his mind, the financial state of his mind. That is what he can accommodate. So the first step in breaking away from a financial level is by expanding your mind to accommodate the wealth that you want to attract to you. Let me talk to you, Joshua.
Thank you so much. Wow. That was amazing. Thank you, Dr. Chidiebere. Sincerely, you know, you've really poured it out, you know, in the way you're supposed to. And young minds need to understand that they need to wake up. I told myself a long time ago, I wasn't going to walk in anyone's shadow. I told myself I wasn't going to beg. I made a frantic effort not to beg anyone for even 10 naira. I told myself I wasn't going to collect my parents' money for school fees. When I saw that they were struggling, I saw that they were trying to get money to eat and all of that. I didn't want to disturb them. So I told myself I was going to do it well. So when I did that, later on, I had to start training my brothers and sisters. I took my immediate younger brother, who went to University of Abuja. Then after that, I took a Kerete who went to Babcock University. And the last one, now I have sisters. Those ones are married. That's their business with their husband. Hello. But those ones that were under me, I decided to, that's their business with their husband, you know. So, but they've gone to school. Those ones are graduates. Now, I decided to do what? I decided to train the three on the. Now, the Kerete just graduated from Babcock University. And I know he made a 4 point something. He made one of the best results. And today he's serving. And I was glad he understood that I sweated. I had to do it. Days I cried when I had to, you know, empty my account to pay his school fees. You know, this day I need to pay 800,000, and I knew that was just approximately what I had in the particular account. I swept everything off. Thank God for Longrich investment. Thank God for my numerous other investment and affiliates that actually helped me to mop. I mopped from here, and I settled that. Now let me tell you. Now, our last born now, she's just my priority. Comfort, she's about entering year 3, you know. So in no distance time, she's going to finish. What am I saying? Now, it took me some time, but I actually made a frantic. I told them, you were going to go to school. You know, it doesn't matter if my parents are retired. Yes, I still send money to them. Yes, their daughters, they keep sending. But I made sure that I promised my younger ones that they were going to go to school. And I wasn't just going to send them to school. I was ready to give them quality. I was ready to give them what I didn't even have. Yes, I attended a very good school and I have a master's degree. And as I'm talking to you, I'm making efforts to get my PhD. Yes, so if you're young, you've got to challenge yourself. You've got to tell yourself that you will not stay where you are. It doesn't matter your background. I don't care if your mother is selling akara. I don't care if your parents are not making it. But you've got to tell yourself that it has to stop with you. Now, when they tell you it runs in your lineage, hello, listen. They say poverty runs in your lineage. Tell them that it runs in your lineage, yes, but this is where this thing runs out. It runs out of you. You're not supposed to remain poor. Poverty runs in your lineage, but it runs out of you. You are the channel that will put a stop to it. You've got to break that, you have got to break that chain. It's more like a chain of infection transmission. You know, if you don't break the chain, there is no way you can, you know, break that chain of, infection, getting from one host to the other. You've got to separate those things. So you need to tell them that poverty runs in your family, but it runs out through you. Yes, it runs out through you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I told us that I'm going to tell us a clear difference between wealth and money. Money is the level tender. Money is actually the currency that we use to exchange for goods and services. But I tell you, you can have money and not still be wealthy. Now, let me shock you. This is the twist. Now, having money doesn't mean you're wealthy. You need a whole lot of things to be wealthy. Now, listen to the 4 kinds of wealth I'm going to explain. I'm going to talk about. So, by this, you kind of judge yourself to know if you're actually wealthy. For you to be wealthy, one is the financial wealth. This way, your finance, your money comes in. We know you're a billionaire. 30 billion for the account. Hey, you know that song, all right? 30 billion in your account. That's your financial wealth. You've been able to, you know, accumulate lots of money and all that. But let me shock you. The next one is your social wealth. Now, if you have to be able to leverage on people. The other day, I was listening to a lady present, and she said, she made mention of, she was talking about with John Obidi. I said, there was a place she went, and she didn't just have a means to, you know, get access to what she was looking for, but because she has got some level of social, you know, influence. She's an influencer, you know, she writes, she talks, and she presents, so people know her. They came to her rescue. John Obidi told us the other day how he went to immigration. He needed to do something about his passport or so. So he saw the queue, and it was such a long queue. But a lady from somewhere just called, John Obidi, John Obidi, John Obidi. And he was like, who is this? He was embarrassed, but she approached. Man, I read a lot about you. I'm part of Head Start Africa. Thank you for the value you give. And she was like, oh, who are you? She now said, I'm a member of this thing. And hello?
Yeah, we are following.
Okay, I'm a member of your team. I'm a member of this. I'm a member of that. You know, he was trying to say, you know, I'm a member of your group. My husband works here and all that. And you know, to his greatest dismay, this lady's husband was, you know, one of the biggest ogas there, and she was able to get what she wants. So that is social wealth. And sometimes back, I needed to do something in immigrations too. Now, this was the lady that had been following me up on Facebook. This lady had to help me. This was the lady that gave me, you know, the value I wanted, the content. This was the lady that actually helped me to get my passport and do every other thing. Now, if I didn't know this lady, how will she be able to help me? Are you following? Are you following?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Sure,
Another one is time wealth. We have what we call time wealth. You've got to know how to manage your time well. And then the next one is you've got to manage your time well. That's the third one. Then the fourth one is physical wealth. Health-wise, it means you have to be healthy to make money. Remember, the third one is the time wealth. So you have to manage your time appropriately. You have to maximize your time. You've got to use your time appropriately. And for you to make more wealth, you've got to be physically okay. Now, wealth is not money. You agree with me. You can have money and you're not wealthy. For you to be wealthy, you've got to have financial wealth, you've got to have social wealth, you've got to have time wealth, and you've got to have physical wealth. Today, we have a lot of rich men that have cancer, that have HIV. They know they are terminally sick. Every time they enter into a lot of comas, a lot of diabetes and all that. All right. Okay. Now, there are 5 C's of money. The 5 C's are these. Now, money is a currency, remember, and I'm going to look at the 5 C's of money. Hope you're following. Hope you're following.
Yeah. 5
okay.
C's of money.
The 5 C's of money are this. Cash. You've got to have the cash. That's the liquid money, okay? The cash. The second one is credibility. Credibility can take you far if you're sincere, if you're credible. People will always recommend you. That's the second one. The third one is that you've got to do what? You've got to have credible relationship with people. The fourth one is your character. If you've got a bad character, people will avoid you. So you've got to put up a good character. You know, you've got to let go of those ills. That's why you need to reassess yourself. You need to step up into the new person that you want to become, because you're becoming. Now, listen, I want you to follow me. Tell yourself, I can. Tell yourself, I can.
I can.
I will.
I can.
I will. The next one, say I will. I am becoming. I am becoming. So I can, I will, becoming. I am becoming. All right, you can, you will, and you're becoming who God wants you to be. Now, the fifth one is competence. So you've got to become who you want, who God wants you to be, but you've got to have all this in place. Now, these are the 5 kinds of people you need. Listen, you need 5 people to get that money you want. Now, the first person is what? Your sponsors, you have your mentors, you have coaches, and a good network. When I talk about assets, I will talk about network marketing, and it will interest you. You have got to multiply your money, multiply your skills and competence. Record keeping is very important if you must be able to write your financial expenses. Tell your money where to go. Send your money on errand. Hello. If you want to send your money on errand, you've got to know, you've got to master the art of investment. And very soon I'm going to talk about investment, okay? And look at assets. Make money in any company, in any currency. You can and you will, and you're becoming. You can make money in any currency. Don't look down on people. A security man may be your help. No, it could be your helper. Someone was telling me the other day, a story was told of a security. This guy was looking for something, I think admission or something or so. He couldn't get it, but it was a security man that helped him. Even the DG, or I told him that time, you cannot do it, we can't do it for you, this is the policy, this. But he went up again at some other time, and while the security man saw him, he said, what do you need? The security man was able to help her to meet the boss, and that thing was settled. So that security man could be the person that, the soft button for the organ. That security man, that guard, that person could be the soft button for the organ. Use it properly. Don't look down on the slave. Don't look down on people on the road. Don't look down on the less privileged. Help them if you can, but don't mock them. Okay, make money if you can actually make money in any currency. When opportunity shows up, say yes and get someone that will do it. You don't necessarily need to learn. You can leverage. Mindset is important in growing wealth. Adopt a mindset that money is in abundance. Convert your naira to dollar. It's very possible. Read financial books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Millionaire's Mind, Cash Flow, Everyday Millionaire, and Disrupt by Charles Tambo. You could also read, a lot of books on network marketing. I'm going to come to that. Now, there are 5 skills that you must start to practice. The first one is C. You have to collaborate. The second one is R. Now, she kind of detected crest. So you have to collaborate. The R in crest is spelled C-R-E-S-T. Now, the first C there is collaborate. You have to collaborate with people. The R there is risk management. The E there is earning and expense management skill. The S there is saving and investing skill. Then the T there is take action. You've got to take the right action. The S means saving and investment, meaning you have to put aside and put into use. Okay? Are you following?
Sure.
Are we following? Okay. Now, find a way of getting money daily into your account. Now, for you to find a way of getting money daily into your account, you've got to have a system. Create a system. Put a system. Risk is the best of investment. You've got to take the risk. Tell someone, take the risk. Take the risk and take it where you are. Okay? Take the risk. Now, let me tell you why you need to take the risk. You've got to take the risk because now fear, remember what I told you, that courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move ahead despite the fear. Okay? So put a system in place. Let me tell you, so I'm, as a medical laboratory scientist, a biomedical scientist, I actually work in a government parastatal, and I saw loopholes in private and even in the government. Now, what was the loophole? I had to share this with Dr. Chidiebere last night. Okay, and the loophole was that most times samples for CD4 for HIV patients, viral load, COVID sample, and all that, even sputum. Let me just leave COVID out of it. Sputum samples, most times because they're sophisticated tests and some systemic tests like liver function, kidney function, when you have to do C-reactive proteins. Now, this test will not be able to analyze in most blue cotton hospitals and blue cotton laboratories. Now, I saw that these laboratories and hospitals had personnel that will always want to showcase that they do this test. So I set up a system. I had my boys, about 2 boys and 1 girl. I trained them because I'm an expert in what? One, I'm an expert in gene expert. I'm an expert too in doing a kind of PCR and all that. So I train them, and what do? They assemble these samples from these hubs. They go to this hospital, or this hospital, they bring the sample to them. Now they keep it. I later on will analyze this sample, and as I analyze this sample, what happens? Now the money goes into my pocket. It means that because I've trained these boys to do the same thing, now whenever I'm not around, they go with their cold chains, collect these samples, transport it properly, or these people bring the sample to them, they analyze and they keep record. That means every day I have people bring samples to me. Every day I've got cash. Every day I've got people that do what? That drop sample, and money is dolling into our pocket. That is a kind of system. You've got to create a business. You've got to create something. You've got to start somewhere. You've got to know what you are. If you've got a skill, develop on that skill. Become extra. Now, that extraordinary is the little extra in front of the ordinary. You've got to be extraordinary. You've got to step beyond your comfort zone. You've got to exceed your limit. Somebody. Hope we're following.
Sure.
Okay, today we'll be talking about investments, assets, and all that. Use technology properly. If you have a business, you've got to use the technology to update yourself, update your business. If you want to invest, kindly consider these things. Now, you've got to consider your financial situation, you've got to consider your goal, and you've got to consider your age, and you've got to consider your risk appetite. You cannot have 50,000 in your account and you go and invest the whole 50,000. It's an error. If you want to buy shares, you want to buy bonds, liquid cash and all that, you've got to do what? Invest, let's say 5 or 10,000 and let it grow with time. You don't have to invest 50,000 because that is your financial situation at the moment. If you have 50 million, you can do bigger investments. I hope that is clear. The money game is a marathon. Get this straight. The money game is a marathon. It's not a sprint or a one-time stop. You've got to wake up daily and tell yourself, I'm going to make it. You've got to show up daily. You've got to add value to people. You've got to show up and add value daily. That is the only way you've got to make money. Remember, I told us how to harness our potential. If you don't know what you're supposed to do, if John Obidi did not activate his potential, if he did not know that he was going to use technology to go into public speaking and build a group that today is so massive, if Dr. Chidiebere did not wake up and understood that he needed to create Mind Clinic and create MMC, medical and marriage counseling group, there will be no marriage and medical counseling group. There will be no Mind Clinic without, if Dr. Chidiebere did not wake up. There would have been no Facebook if Mark Zuckerberg did not wake up to reality. Wake up, we've slept too much. Wake up, you've slept too much. You've got to take, the bull by the horn. You've got to break in it. Now, let me tell you the story before I proceed to almost the last segment of this presentation. Now, I want to tell us a story about Billy and Bully. Now, Billy and Bully went on a race. I'm a storyteller, so I love telling stories. If you want to get more stories, you can go to my clinic, you see some of my stories, or you go to my page, Sammy Joshua at Facebook. You're going to get lots and lots of that. Okay? Billy and Billy, listen to me, Billy and Bully went on a race. So while they were running, Billy and Bully were running, it was a competition. The owner of Billy was there and the owner of Bully was there. So this day, they both stayed at the line and they were to start. So before they beat the gong, go, the owner of Bully had turned to the end of where the final mark for the race, and he hit somewhere. Now, the owner of Billy was here shouting, they just said, 1, 2, go! And they started. While they were running, the crowd was encouraging them. Go Billy, go Bully, go Billy, go Bully, go Billy. People were jeering, they were hailing Bully, they were hailing Billy. But do you know what? Look at what's the trick now. This is the trick in life. And this is what the rich do. And this is what top government officials do. This is what your boss does to keep you there in the office. This is what they do. Let me tell you what your boss do. Let me tell you what the government do. That man went to the other side, and indirectly, while Billy was running and bully, the man threw some bone. He threw a bone, a flesh, to Billy. Oh, knowing fully well that Billy likes flesh. Billy likes bone. Oh, Billy forgot that he was in a race. Billy diverted and began to wank the bone, began to wank the flesh. He was eating. Time was going. Billy was leading the race all this while. While the owner of Bully threw the bone and the flesh to Billy, Billy was busy eating. And after some time, after about 30, Bully was able to pass Billy. Bully passed. And Bully passed, and before Billy, it was a marathon. Before Billy could discover, before he could finish the bones and the flesh, before Billy could finish the bone and the flesh, Bully was already a winner. So what does this tell you? Your guy in the office, they will pay you that amount. You say you're earning 100 and something thousand. You find yourself, I'm an employer. I work here. You carry big ID card. Now they do that to keep you. They know your value. They do that to keep you. Now you can be an employer of labor. You understand? So the government, they do that to keep you a civil servant. They say they're keeping pension. Tomorrow you'll be begging them for money. You've got to establish a system. You've got to have something to your name. You've got to develop your person. You've got to stand out. You've got to create your company. You've got, if you've got the skill, you've got to activate it. You've got to harness it. Create something. Let there be something in your name. Have a system, not just a system. Have a working system, a practical system. Have the structure and let it sell. Let me tell you that you are just the next thing we're waiting to happen. Today, I want to tell you some of the key, a few assets. Remember when I was advertising, I told you I would talk about some assets. All right, let me just run down because we are behind time, and in a minute or two or more, or if you give me some time, I'll be talking about some assets. I know
just about 5 minutes.
Okay, we have real estate. Now, real estate now, yes, it could be landing properties. You could buy landed properties. You could invest and buy estate, buy lands, buy a whole lot. But do you know that today real estates have gone into some other thing? Have you heard of the word land banking? It will interest you that if you can walk into some banks, and there are some schemes known as land banking. If you're doing land banking, it means that if you're doing land banking, this is where you can invest for a tenure through a realtor. There are people called realtor. They are professional real estate business agents in the bank. Now, this could be it could be a lawyer, it could be a banker, or so a stock exchange manager, or so. Now, what they do is that you invest a certain amount of money. They will use this money, buy estates, buy properties, and at the same time give you, benefits with time. It could be 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. So while they use that money, accumulated money, buy an estate in Lekki, buy in Abuja, and later sell it. While they are buying, at the same time, these people have applications, apps that they use to sell these beautiful buildings. They advertise and they have agents that sell. Now, once they sell it, because you invested a certain amount, they'll give you the reward, the interest for that investment, and give you your capital too. You can choose to reinvest. Today, you don't just, you may own, and the more you do it, you can have more money to buy a land and keep that land and continue in the land banking. Land banking is top notch. A lot of rich chaps are cashing into it. So you've got to go into land banking. Just be the realtor. These are professionals that are into land banking. They know how best to do it. You just give them, depending on your financial situation, you could do 500, you could do 300,000, you could do 200, and you're just there. Okay, apart from land banking, I just wanted to explain that part of it. Oh, we have automated businesses. Automated businesses could also be businesses like your automated ATM machine. How many of us desire to have a system where we don't have to completely engage in running our day-to-day business? How many of us? You just stay and the money is coming to achieve our goals. But you can still achieve this, by taking a kind of advantage of some of this system, like the automated business. If you desire this, then automated business is for you. When you see an automatic teller machine, like the ATM, you have, now some people see ATM. Do you know what the meaning of ATM is? It's an automatic teller machine, ATM. You have seen one example of an automated business system. These ATMs enable their owners to do the business of what? Dispensing cash, receiving cash, and making payments on behalf of the customers without having to involve constant engagement of human resource. You don't need to tap at the ATM and say, how much do you want to cash? Okay, ATM, oh yeah, give him. Oh yeah, give him. No. It's an automated machine. Once you slot in your card, it pays. A lot of people have done a lot of investment on that. So while you're going to cash out, some people are making money from that automated business. Hello, you've got to wake up. You've got to discover that there are many ways to send your money on errand. Remember, I talked about sending your money on errand. You can send your money on errand. I don't mean that Ponzi shit you do. I don't mean that Ponzi rubbish. You've got to delete that mentality. Delete it from your brain. You've got to delete that mentality. Okay? With ATM, you can get your cash on weekends. Banking halls are not open on weekends. But with the automated business, you can get your money on weekends. Okay, the next one is drop shipping. Drop shipping is where you can sell things online and have a company to do the shipping for you without having to deliver the goods by your hand. So like you have Amazons, you have you have Amazons and a whole lot of online vendors that you could buy from. Okay, so you have Jumia, you have Amazon. So drop shipping is where you can sell things online, like the use of Amazon's, drop shipping, and your drop shipping from Amazon, and it gets you to the destination. Okay, you can sell your book, advertise your books on Amazon's, and advertise whatsoever products you have on Amazon's. Okay. Another one is owning a website. You can design your website so you can have, to offer services online and receive payments from it. The next one is writing and publishing. Do you know that a lot of people have made so much from writing and publishing? Yes, we have copywriters too. So you could leverage on this. You could activate this skill and make so much. Sell information like softwares online by uploading to a portal, which makes it available for potential buyers. Now, I want to talk about intellectual properties. Now, you could do paper asset intellectual properties and network marketing. I'll talk about network marketing later because that's the in thing, okay? Intellectual properties. Some of you are able to conceive, produce a piece of art. Let's say a musical act, composition, a write-up, or something new. Sometimes it may be a simple article or research work, or even a design, or an ideas. Remember that ideas rule the world. So ideas brings money. Whatever it is, you should know that this has the capacity to increase your net worth. Intellectual properties helps to protect these original ideas, making it criminal for others to unlawfully utilize them. I talked about copywriting. Patents. A patent gives an investor the right to property. So this gives you the right to property. Trademark. A lot of trademarks are there. Trademark is defined as a symbol, a word, or a phrase designed for an individual or a company or a combination thereof that distinguishes you from other people. So like the car Benz has that symbol. Honda has its symbol. So you've got to own your own trademark. Your business have got to have a trademark. So you've got to have your own trademark, right? Okay, trade secret. This is a corporate information that gives, giving you business competitive advantage over others. So there's a trade secret. Now let me tell you something about trade secrets. Now, I may be working in a laboratory doing a particular test. Someone may use 3 hours to do that test, but I have discovered how to do that test between 1 hour and get a more effective result with my quality control. Nobody knows that. And I don't sell that easily out because what? That's my trademark. And that is what makes people come to me. That is what I attract people. Let me tell you, do you know that where I work, I have a lot of people call me daily. Joshua, I have this, because there's a trademark. They believe in the quality of results I give them. They rely on those results because they've actually done it with me and tried it elsewhere, and they saw that the results were the same. And if when they tried with international organizations, like you have NCDC and co, they saw it was a standard. So I have my trademark. For instance, if a woman is cooking, a woman that can cook very well knows what she will do to make the soup tasty. But she may not, if she doesn't disclose that thing to you, that act. Cooking is an act. You may not know. So that is our trade secret. That is our own secret. And your trade secret is what will make people come to you. So don't be so, don't disclose your trade secret easily. Do not disclose your trade secret easily. A woman that cooks well has a secret. She knows how to, the act of cooking. This how she puts this. She doesn't put everything at the same time. So that is her act. That is her trade secret. Everyone has a trade secret. Why people come for me for diagnosis? Personally, some people come to the hospital and say, I want to see Joshua. Let Joshua do this thing. You know why? Because I have a trade secret. I've discovered a whole lot of ways to do it, more efficiently, less time. I also save costs, but I get the right results. So that is my trademark. You've got to know your trademark and keep that is your secret. Once we disclose that trademark, you have sold it. People can pick it up and they'll make so much from it. That is the reason why a lot of companies don't disclose a lot of secrets. That is their trademarks. They don't disclose a lot of secrets. Every company, every organization has a secret. What makes them make it, what they do behind the back, they will not tell you. That's their trademark. That's their secret. You've got to keep that confidential. I hope you're getting value, somebody. If you're getting value, please let me know you're getting value. Kindly use the comment box and type 111, or you type value, VALUE. Let me know you're getting value, somebody. All right, thank you so much for staying with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to just round it up. I'm going to cap it up here, and I will just talk about a few things, and we are gone. I'll talk about paper investment. You know about paper investment, okay? All right, paper investments could be stocks and bonds. Now, the bank people will tell you more about this. Buying a stock is like becoming a shareholder. So today, you can be in Nigeria. Hello, you can be in Nigeria and buy shares, little shares with different companies, even Amazon, Jumia, as in all these other international companies. You could buy these little shares depending on your financial situation. Buy these little shares. And with time, you'll be getting your dividend, as it will be increased, you'll be getting lots of benefits from that. So you've got to do what? You've got to buy shares. Sticks and shares are financial instruments that represent ownership to a certain degree. To a certain degree, because you're not just the owner of the business, but you're both a certain portion of that company. So they cannot write or take financial decision without you. They will consider you. So that's why you need to, do it in Naira, exchange it in dollars. So send your money errand in dollar, in pounds, in euro. You've got to wake up to the 21st century reality, somebody. That's the truth. In the event of a company going insolvent during liquidation, the first paper that you get paid, the first people, if a company is, getting into liquidation, the first people they pay are what? The shareholders. Before they talk about any other person, they have to settle all the shareholders before that company falls. So the better for us to invest, the better for us. So you've got to invest, you've got to buy shares, buy bonds, and it will work for you. Now the cryptocurrency. Can I hear the crypto lord shout, yay? All right, if you're into crypto.
That's the in thing today.
That's the in thing today. Crypto, blockchain money. My money is in blockchain. You manage your app, you have your codes. You decode nobody. You could hang your money in the roofs. You could, raise it to the heavens and leave it there. You could raise your money to the clouds. Okay. Now that is crypto. Only you have the code, and your money is there in blockchain. Now you study the markets. You buy this, blockchain cryptocurrencies. It could be a coin. It could be whatever coin. Now when you buy it, you do what? You actually kind of trade with this, trade with it. Now, you study that app, you see when it has gone so up. It may go so up today and tomorrow it will fall. So there's an extent way to move, it will peak. You just need to sell so that you regain your money. And once you sell, you buy another coin. and you wait for when to peak. So a good understanding of this crypto market will make you sell so much. Time is not by my side. I would have told you so much about this. The sincere truth is that when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your money, when it comes to your finances, and then you've got to understand that there are many ways to diversify. I told us that you can invest in so many ways. You know, cast your breath into the waters. What was the water? People, communities, nations. Nations, cast means what? Invest. Bread. What was the bread? Was your income, your livelihood, your personality. You know, cast your bread into what? The waters. The waters with people. You need people to make money. You need communities, you need nations. Spread your fame around. Go to nations, let your name, establish businesses there. Cast your bread upon the waters, and you will find it. Find it. Do you know what it means to find it? Finding it is a return of your investment. That extra money, that's where the money matter comes in. So you can make so much money, ladies and gentlemen. It just begins with you. All right, the final, ladies and gentlemen, and not the least, is network marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, Chidiebere told us that I am a partner with Longrich Bioscience International, and I have 400 team members. Hello. As of today, I don't have 400 team members. I have more than 400 team members. I'm almost hitting 600. Now, let me tell you that now every day people come into my network, and this, changes into money every week for me. I earn. I earn every week, every Thursday. There were days I used to earn 4 figures. I earned 5 figures. I've earned 6 figures on board this platform. How did I do? It's a system that makes you leverage on people. I came on board, I use a particular product, and I tell people about this product, and I've started bringing people under my network. I started just alone. Today I have over 600, close to 600 people under my network. That is amazing. When I open my portal, each day I see new people coming. I don't even know. I have partners in the Gambia. I have partners in the US. I have partners in Canada. I have partners in Abuja, in Lagos, all over Nigeria, and in the diaspora. So this business is the in thing. You've got to leverage on people. Now, they are also raising their team. The more they broaden, the more I also earn. Everybody aims along that line. So will you want to retire, and still earn? Will you want to sleep on the comfort of your house and still earn? Will you want to just stay where you are and earn as much as you want? That is the 21st century mentality. And that is what you can get from network marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, not to bore you so much, remember that for you to succeed, for you to move from point A to point B, which is here to there, the difference is the T, and that T is a matter of time. But now for point A to point B is a straight line. A straight line. That means that for you to get from point A to point B, you need a straight life. And there's no straight life without Jesus. You've got to know Jesus, you've got to pray. You see that prayer Chidiebere talked about, that prayer Kubana talked about, you've got to pray. By praying, God will direct your path. He said, I will direct your path straight. You will not lose. Thank you so much, Dr. Chidiebere. I'm behind time. I need to just leave, but I'll stay a bit. Also, if you have your questions, you could drop it on the comment box. I've got so much to say to us tonight, but the time and circumstances will not allow me to do that. So Chidiebere, over to you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm still Sammy Joshua. You could actually check me up on Mind Clinic. I'm the manager of Mind Clinic. You get daily value from Mind Clinic. From all of us in Mind Clinic. From all of us in Mind Clinic, we love you. Thank you so much for all the contributors, for all the team leads, all the managers, and all the moderators. Dr. Mrs. Chidiebere, I love you. Thank you so much with your children, making out time to, have such community. Thank you so much for having us. And then thank you for, creating such and making it wonderful. You make this, platform magical. You keep it blazing. Thank you, Dr. Chidiebere. More grease and more passion.
Thank you, Joshua.
I salute you, sir. I doff my cap.
Thank you. It's been an amazing 1 hour, 15 minutes. We learned so much. It's so packed that I can imagine he hardly scratched the surface of those topics, from investments to crypto to network marketing to paper investments and all of that. You see, so there's just so much. One thing you're going to learn is that there is no one class that is going to tell you everything you need to become wealthy in life. You have to be hungry. You have to be hungry. I don't mean there's no food in your tummy. You need to have the burning desire to break away from your current level of financial performance. You want to climb higher. And like I mentioned initially, you will start by educating yourself. All over the internet is littered with people who have put their monies in investments that were scams, or maybe well-meaning but not well-managed. Hello, well-meaning businesses but not well-managed. So part of becoming wealthy is investment. And for you to be able to invest wisely, you need to learn what it takes for a business to run and to be successful. So that business you want to put your money into is not all about they're giving me 20% ROI, 50% ROI. What are they doing? Can they really meet up with these promises that they're giving to you? If you can't just, nobody can give you these answers. These things are not taught in school. You need to start reading books and broaden your financial IQ. Get it sharper. I can tell you, I spent hours upon hours gaining financial knowledge today. Because of all the books I read in med school, there was no money book in med school. So I've realized that money is a major part of my life, and there's a whole lot of stuff I got to do with it. In fact, it could mean the difference between life and death for you. So you have to take the challenge and educate yourself. Get on YouTube, watch some videos. Audiobooks are all over the place. Buy the books, invest in seminars, and all of that. You see, if you like, go and do a PhD like Joshua. That PhD will not still teach you about money. Money is learned on the streets. Guys who have done it, even those who are in business management
and make your money.
Some of their lecturers have not managed any business before. They are just teaching them what they wrote in book. In fact, the student is their business. They write their books and force the students to buy the books because they can't even market the books with the principles of marketing that they are teaching. So they are using force to market their books to their students. You see, that is not how to make money. You have to go and learn it on the street from people who have done it. So I try to not talk too much before Obi Kubana will see me and ask me how much I have. So let's come to wrap here. So thank you all for showing up. Right. We are very glad you came around. This is Mind Clinic. Once again, Mind Clinic with Dr. Chidiebere Nwachukwu is a platform on Facebook where we share mind transforming content on both written. We have podcasts, and we also have videos and live shows like this. So every month we come on here to do this Facebook Live, where we teach people. Today we're talking about money matters, and that's why it's all about money. But we delve into things far beyond that. And to avoid shooting too far from our time limit, we'd like to call it a wrap here. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you, Joshua. We really appreciate you. Thank you for telling us about your life and sharing with us your experiences. I can tell you this will go a long way to help the members of our community. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, good night, everyone, please. Yeah, thank you for having me. Good night.
Bye.